Hello, everyone having a great time at BlogHer? Yes? Awesome. First I have Mona Darling, and she is a professional dominatrix and a women's sexual wellness coach. Next to her we have Gabrielle Felici, who is founder of Women in Wellness, a former fashion model and a yogi. Is that how you pronounce it? Okay, good. Next to her we have Marie Denis, who is editor-in-chief at the Curvy Fashionista and a style expert. And finally, at the end of the table, we have Erica Kendall, who is creator of A Black Girl's Guide to Weight Loss and a certified personal trainer.
Just out of curiosity, how many people in here are generating money from their blog right now? Okay, at least half. How many of you want to be generating money from your blog? Everybody. How many of you are using your blog to direct traffic or to some other business that you're building? Okay. So I'm Dr. Gabby, and I am a nerdy blogger, like we heard about at lunch. I also have a PhD. My research is in alternative medicine, and I've been a college professor for 10 years. So I'm kind of an accidental blogger. And how that happened was I've always been a writer. I've always been a professional writer, published in a lot of different places. But last year I built a community called Women in Wellness, which is a community that serves health and wellness entrepreneurs, because I saw a need in the marketplace to serve health and wellness entrepreneurs with mentoring and coaching and courses that could help them make a living doing the work that they loved. I'm particularly fond of healers, alternative healers, yogis, energy healers, all these fun people, and they really struggle with how to make money doing this. And especially when they want to get into the world of social media, marketing, public speaking, and that kind of stuff. So I started blogging to serve them information, to serve them tips and tools, best practices, and then that became a lead generation tool. Raise your hand if you know what lead generation means. Okay, about half. So lead generation means I was reaching out to them with content so that they could then become a client. When you become a client of mine, that can look like a couple different things. You can join the Women in Wellness Club, which is an inexpensive club membership. It's $100 a month, and you come on these live calls, and there's a private forum where I can interact with you and teach you about entrepreneurship. The next level up is private coaching. So we can do one-on-one sessions where I do a deep dive into your business and help you with anything and everything related to that. I also have an online course that I built. We heard a little bit about this already, digital products. So my digital products are, I have a yoga DVD, I have an ebook on Amazon, I have an online course, and my blogging is lead generation to then sell all of those things. There's a lot of lessons that I learned about blogging. Actually, the first column that I got was about 1.5 years ago with She Knows. I encourage all of you to apply to be a She Knows expert blogger if you haven't done that already. It's not a strict requirement. You don't have to have a PhD to become a She Knows expert blogger. I highly recommend that you give that a shot and that you try submitting things about once a month. And the other thing that I recommend is that you're very strategic about the content that you're writing. So when you're doing your own blog or guest posting or a column somewhere else, you want to have a really clear plan about what you're writing, why you're writing it, who you're trying to reach, and what return you're going to get on that writing. Writing takes time. I mean, I know that it takes me like 4 hours to write a decent post because I'm a total perfectionist. But that takes time and energy, and you want to be really strategic about that so that you're going to get the return that you're looking for. So I want you to ask yourself 3 questions when you sit down to write your blog post. The first one is, what's your why? So for me, my why is always, how can my readers use this information to make their work easier and better? That's my why. That's what I want to answer for myself and for my reader every time I write something. The second question I want you to ask yourself is, what's the value of what you're writing for them? So we hear a lot about target audience or target market. Whoever is reading your post, what is she going to get out of it? What value does it create for her? Does it solve a problem? Does it answer a question? Does it give a resource? And the third question that I want you to ask is, what's my plan with this post? So the value that I add is tips and tools and advice. for health and wellness entrepreneurs, and my plan is I want you to become my client. You know, and client, again, it can be that you're in the club, that you're doing private stuff, that you buy the $10 book, it doesn't matter, but I want you to become part of my community. And so every time I write a post, I link in the post to my website, I link to my booking calendar so that you can get a free discovery session with me. And then I look for more and more writing opportunities. So about 6 months ago, I got picked up by Huffington Post, so I write for Huffington Post. And then the book that I had on Amazon, a big publisher saw it and said, hey, do you want to write a book for us? You never know where these opportunities are going to go, and you should never hesitate to put out your content. I don't care if it's not perfect, I don't care if it's not brilliant, I don't care if you think that there are 50 million other people who are writing content that's better than you. She already said, people want you. That's what they want. They want your perspective, they want your vibe, they want, if you're curvy and I'm scrawny, they want those two different perspectives on anything, on fashion, on fitness. They want to hear your voice and they want your opinion about things. I'll touch on quickly, since we mentioned ebooks, an ebook is a form of content. It took me 3 months and about $1,500 to go live with an ebook. It's not super complicated. I wrote up a Word document with all my content. I went on Upwork, I hired a book designer. I worked with her closely for a couple months to design the book. We uploaded it to Amazon and I was done. So, you know, you can bootstrap it even more than that, but for a very relatively small investment, you can put stuff up and put content out really easily and really quickly. 2 other tools that are really valuable to me that are part of my blogging platform, but not directly related, like in terms of affiliate link. One is Zoom. Do you guys use Zoom? Yeah? Okay, so I do all my coaching through Zoom, whether it's group, whether it's private, whether it's like discovery sessions. It's a way for me to get face-to-face with people who are otherwise just, you know, digital, anonymous humans. And I love the human connection. So I connect with a lot of people on that tool, and it's very inexpensive, and I highly recommend it. I also allow people through the blog post, like I wrote a blog post for Huffington Post this week about writing, about how you write a book and doing writing. And I linked directly to my calendar, so you could read the post and you could book a discovery session with me right through there. I use GenBook for that. Does anybody use GenBook? GenBook is also great because once people have a conversation with you, they can rate you, and you get these amazing testimonials coming back to you. And there's a lot more information about everything that I'm talking about in my book, which is called Blissful Business. It's on Amazon. It's $9. You can get a lot of great information and resources there. And I'm also available for any kind of questions or comments today and the rest of the conference. So thanks so much.
Super, Gabby.
I don't think that you need a large following to make money. And the reason that I say this is because that's what my experience was last year. I put up the website, I launched an online course, I called about a dozen of my former students, and I said, I have this new offering, I'd love for you to sign up, and made a few $1,000s within the first month. So if you can tap into an existing network of a few people that trust you and that care about what you're doing, you can make money immediately. You don't need to wait a year or 2 years or have 1 million hits to make some cash. You just need to tap into the people who really need what you have to offer, and it's even better if it's people that already trust you, people you went to college with, you know, all your mom's friends that you grew up with and they love you. So you can start to make money now. Like, you can go home tonight and start making money. You don't have to have a huge following to do that. I just want to add something really quickly, a 1-minute thing. We've sort of gently tapped on this idea of relationship, but we haven't really gone into it so much. And so much of what I've built for my business and my practice has been on cross-promotion. And one of the things that I see a lot with bloggers is this kind of isolation. We get in this kind of tunnel vision focus, like me, my blog, my stuff, my reviews. And the best thing that I ever did was to create a lot of relationships with women all over the internet. I've interviewed them, they've interviewed me. I've promoted their stuff, they've promoted mine. And what it did is it really built and strengthened my community, which then created, again, leads to come in to buy different kinds of services for me. So that was a huge shift for me. And if you can't review the product or sell the product or something like that, try to think about other ways that you can cultivate that relationship by interviewing, by guest blogging for each other, by co-creating something that will be of value to both of your communities.
And we are 10 minutes over, so I really have to end. Thank you all for